All right, we're back. And we actually have a special guest tonight. And I even put on a nice shirt. Usually I wear a t-shirt, but you're here. So I didn't want to look like a bum. So
I was going to say something about the shirt.
yeah.
Well, I got a little bit of speck of both of your shirts in my blouse, so that's perfect.
Yeah.
Well, it's cold in Florida today. It's 52.
Oh wow, it was 100 degrees.
I broke out the long sleeve shirts today.
So Mike and we both watched the movie last night. Pardon me. It was very relatable. I think even people not going through this kind of world of being targeted and like lawfare and all that horrible stuff. I mean, the stuff that Bevelyn Williams was going through, I had no idea. And I want to know, just to start off, like how did this story come to you? How did you get involved? Because I'm thankful, because if it wasn't for people like you doing this, like we wouldn't hear stories like this, because obviously mainstream Hollywood, I've been there, they don't want to hear stuff like this. So
well, let me just say this. First off, the movie, pardon me, the Bevelyn B. Williams story is a movie that is really dear to my heart. I know Bevelyn Williams personally, and she's come on to do several interviews with me, especially when she was going through this particular period. What we found is that the media have their own narrative, and that's what they push out there. That's what they spin out there for everybody to believe. After I did one of her interview, and we put up the snippet went viral. So we had a producer to contact me, wanted to do a movie about her story, because it's a true story. And so I was like, okay, I would love to be a part of it. And I ended up funding the whole thing. I was just that into it. And we did the movie. We went there. It was like lights, camera, action. The courtroom scenes, all of the different scenes. I mean, it was amazing actually being there on a movie set. Okay.
It's not glamorous. It's not a glamorous thing. It's long days and hard work.
It's long days. It's very long days. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. The movie, as of now, have not made it into movie theaters. From my understanding, when they was trying to shop the theaters, a lot of the individuals there at the theaters, a lot of them are part of Planned Parenthood. They are part of it. And I guess they just wasn't interested in the movie. So I set up something where you can stream the movie at watchpardonme.com. So I got involved with the movie. I ended up funding the entire movie. And I am basically the owner of the movie, if that's what you want to say.
Well, yeah, I looked everything up. I mean, that you put out a lot of money. That's a lot of passion right there. So
yeah. But at the end of the day, it's for individuals to be able to see the truth about what really happened to Bevelyn B. Williams. That's a lot of that is something that individuals typically miss. I could just even look at myself and my sister. They've put out so much misinformation about the two of us that when you type in our name or Google our name, all you see is the bad articles, the left wing spin, and so forth. But for Bevelyn, you've had that, yeah. But for Bevelyn, just to have the opportunity for the truth to finally be shown, to see how she was pardoned by President Donald J. Trump, to go back into her childhood, and to see how it all started, where it came from. A lot of people didn't know a lot of that about Bevelyn, and up to this point, and to see how she was basically prosecuted and persecuted for her belief, and for standing up for life. And you got to remember, this was under I call him Jim Crow Joe, but the Biden regime. Is when all of this here took place, and they wanted to lock this wife. They wanted to lock her up for 41 months, keep her separated from her child, separated from her husband and family for 41 months. They said she violated the Face Act is what they said she violated. But it's an incredible movie, and I believe that there's different instances in the movie where it will resonate with you some kind of way. It will resonate with you, bring back a memory or so forth, and it's very relatable. So I hope that everybody under the sound of my voice go to watchpartnerme.com, purchase the movie. You can use promo code Diamond. I'll give you a special discount. You use promo code Diamond. And go see this incredible movie there. You can stream it from the comfort of your home and make it a movie night with you and the family.
Yeah, I mean, I did that last night, but I don't have my family right now, and I didn't want to have my kids watch it. But I mean, there was a lot of scenes in that movie that resonated with me, and I feel like Josh Weber did a great job directing it. Mm-hmm. Ironically, I actually saw his movie with Cuba Gooding Jr., Dog Patrol.
Yeah.
Because I'm a big crime / Christmas fan. So I thought he did a great job. And like, for me, the scene that resonated the most, without giving too much away, but we all know she went to prison. So when her husband is raising their kid on his own, I've lived that the past year. And then that scene where he goes and visits her, I only got to visit Erin one time, and it was actually when she was in the Fresno jail before she got moved to the federal camp. The judge was so cruel, made her go surrender to marshals, and they didn't know what to do with her, so they threw her in there, and I saw her the following week, and it was exactly how that was. On the phone, you can barely hear each other through glass. And while this woman has never had a parking ticket.
Wow.
And it basically brought tears to my eyes. And I know, I would assume, Mike, probably the jury selection scene, because you went through trial.
The jury selection scene made me angry, but because I know what it was like to go through that. But you know, when the emotion of her being pardoned, I almost cried when I saw that, because I was like, that's what I want. That's what I want to feel.
That's what you want.
So you're gonna make me cry now.
Oh.
Make me cry.
Well, Michael, feel like the thing has already happened. Feel as if it's already happened. That's what you got to feel.
I start feeling closer. Ann Vandersteel said to say hello.
Oh, I love Ann.
I didn't realize that she lives down the street from me, so you know, she got to know my wife and kids over the weekend, and she got to hear my story a little bit better. And as you see, she put out a video, like a 3-minute video, advocating for us as well. And so I think you know, like I tell Nikki all the time, I go, I have an angel in silk. God bless me with another angel, and now Ann's another angel pushing that knows my story.
Her pushing the truth. That's what I loved about her video, pushing out the truth and being able to articulate it in a way where people can understand it. And that's why I had my team to just continue to reshare, share, so it can grow. We wanted to get it in the right faces. We want individuals. And it's short enough for you to listen to and pay attention to it, but long enough for you to also get an understanding about what's really truly going on in your case.
If somebody wants to text it to the president, I'm not gonna.
No, I get those. It's like it feels like a small win or a small battle win in this big war, Mike. Like I felt the same way when Roger did all that stuff for me, writing an article and having me on his program.
Yeah.
So for the movie, are you still trying to find like a distributor though? Like, do you want to go bigger?
Yeah, I want to go wherever God wants me to be. I told my team, let go and let God. Whatever's supposed to be will be. My email address is info@watchpartnerme.com. So you can email me if you want to, you know, if you're interested in distributing this movie. But wherever God wants this movie to be, it will be. So if it's a distributor, if it's streaming, whatever it is, it will be.
Well, I mean, I don't know if I told you when I was on your program, I did go to American Film Institute. So I studied to be a director and a writer, and I did a movie that was in the theaters back in it came out in 2001.
Okay.
But I still have like contacts with like Buffalo 8. They do a lot of like movies. And then I believe my producing partner that we were working with has a contact to Angel Studios. And I mean, obviously this movie does have a Christian feel to it.
Yeah. That was one thing we made sure not to have any cursing in it.
Yeah.
And
I'm trying to keep my cursing down.
Yeah, we try to make sure that it was there for even little babies, little kids can watch it, especially the little girl that played in the movie as the daughter is actually Bevelyn's daughter.
Oh, wow.
Ella.
Oh, wow.
She's actually her daughter. Yeah. So that's how we wanted to keep the movie very clean. But that's incredible, Chris.
I feel like there could be a connection, and I do know Dean Cain, and he just had a movie come out on Angel Studios as well.
Okay.
So I can try and introduce you guys. Obviously, we know he's a very Christian person, as we all are.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, we can talk about that later, but I feel like this needs to be not bigger, but like wider, because I feel like this story could.
There needs to be more like these, right? Like when Mel Gibson did the one on Amazon about the trafficking girls, I forget the name.
Wow. Yeah.
There needs to be more stuff like this.
Yes.
More wholeness, more goodness, rather than just the bad and the evil that I believe has been in this world for a very long time that President Trump uncovered.
Yeah.
Still uncovering.
Yeah.
We'd be good little soldiers, obedient soldiers, if President Trump did not get elected the first time.
Oh, it would be a mess. Then we wouldn't have no country. I mean, just look at Iran.
China. It'd be communist China.
Just look at Iran. Look at what those people had to go through for 47 years plus. That's the road that we were going down under Joe Biden and Kamala Harris.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Open borders, allowing people into our country that we don't even know, that didn't even assimilate to our way of living. And now they're here, want to invoke their way of living upon us. We was on our way down that road, but now we're looking at the remnants behind Joe Biden and Kamala with all of the different terrorist attacks that's going on in our country by terrorists. They allowed terrorists into our country, deliberately did that. Okay, they allowed sex traffickers into our country. They lost children, allowed them to be sex trafficked and human trafficked and so forth. When I think about Joe Biden and Kamala, they were just like what Iran's regime is or was used to be
2 weeks ago.
And that's when I look at the Democrat Party as a whole. That's what they want for us here in America. Anytime you want to replace us with illegal aliens, you want them voting in our elections so it can change the trajectory of our country, wipe away the fabric of America, wipe away what we truly believe in. We was founded on Judeo-Christian values, but they are allowing this Islamic, Muslim, Sharia stuff into our country and allowing these people to invoke it on the citizens here. But if you gentlemen, I want you all to understand something. What I've found out and have researched, we have a lot of foreigners that are basically in our Congress and in our Senate. So they don't represent us. That's why a lot of the legislation basically go to benefit illegal aliens, not American citizens. Even when you look at the Save America Act, the Democrats don't want to save America. They thrive off of the dysfunctionality of America. That's how they thrive off of that. But when you have, say that again, darling.
It's easier for them to steal.
It's easier for them to steal, to launder money, to funnel money with all of the fraud that's going on. They're using the illegal aliens as a tool to be able to push out this fraud and to be able to facilitate the fraud while laundering money through the fraud. It's an ongoing situation, but my deal is what's going to happen to the individuals, especially the corrupt politicians who facilitated this and allowed this. You think that this is something that just happened? This is something that's been going on for a very, very long time. And when you look at our deficit is the fraud.
It's a fraudicit, like I call it.
No,
Yeah.
it's. I mean, if you can go back, and I always reference everything to movies because that's just how my brain works. Yeah, did you guys ever see the movie The Distinguished Gentleman with Eddie Murphy?
Yep.
It's about he uses the same guy's a congressman died, but he had the same name, so he just ran
George
on that
Washington.
name. He gets in there and
I
he's
think it was George Washington.
corrupt and fraud. Like everything is all about money and like power. It's just like and that was a movie in the 90s. I mean,
Yeah.
And he goes, and it ends, and I'll never forget the ending. Okay, great. What are you going to do next? I'm going to run for president. Because he was getting taken care of. Everybody's, hooking him up, and he's finding out all the angles, and he goes, "Yeah, I'm just going to run for president now."
Yeah. And that's what's going on. Even when you look at Barack Hussein Obama, there's a lot of individuals who have been doing a lot of fraudulent stuff in our country, and they've been getting themselves in position, falling through the loopholes, getting themselves in certain positions to push what they want, their agenda on us. And as an American taxpaying citizen, I'm really fed up with it. I really truly am. These congressional hearings, these theatrical congressional hearings, just to hear the politician lie to the public and nothing get done to them. It's a disgrace.
Yeah, they do it because they just want 4 more years. 4 more years. They don't care about fixing anything.
Until Trump comes in the money for ratings.
So
yeah,
a follow-up movie. Have you ever thought about doing Alice Marie Johnson's story?
I would love to do Miss Alice Johnson's story. And I like doing the movies based off of true stories.
Well, yeah, those are amazing.
Yeah, I love doing the movies based off of true story. I would love to do a story on you all. A lot of people don't understand your situation, and they don't understand how corrupt our government is to basically steal American citizens' wealth, their business, leave you high and dry with no way to fight them back. How is it that we're here in America and we got to fight our government? What? And we're paying taxes to them. It feels like we're paying money to a cartel just to breathe air, So I love doing movies and love looking at movies that is basically based off of a true story so that people can understand the narrative and they can see it from a true perspective instead of a perspective where somebody just made some stuff up and it's not real. So, yes.
Yeah. Well, especially the way Hollywood's going now, it's all, they're just using AI to write stuff. So the authentic and the rawness, pardon me, was, it was great. I'm giving you my film school critique. Like, I enjoyed it a lot. So moving on, we're obviously called The Targeted Show, and I know you've lived through being targeted. Obviously, I've done some research on that, like all the stuff that happened on Facebook and YouTube and X, just kind of being like just platformed. How did that affect you then and your family and just overcoming that? And
whoa, well, my sister and I, we went to Capitol Hill to testify against Mark Zuckerberg back in 2018, April 26th, I believe, 2018. It was on Capitol Hill, testifying about how we were being censored by social media. That was a very good experience. The sickening part was just sitting there talking to the Democrats who was concerned about illegal aliens being able to come into our country. They was not concerned about 2 Black women being censored on social media while everybody else get to, just play their cards and use the tools that's available there. They wanted to censor our voices because we went against the narrative. We were two black chicks down with politics, and we was rooting for Republicans. And we told the people, just because you black don't mean you have to vote Democrat. Democrats did not like that whatsoever. So one thing they wanted to do, of course, is censor our voices to the point where we have millions of followers, and now 2.6 million, 2.4 million, and can barely get 50,000 people to view our posts. They have censored it, and I'm still being censored, is what I'm saying. I'm still being censored. Okay.
It is. Right. It's hard. It's still being censored. I agree 100%.
Yeah. Even on X, even though Elon Musk got it, purchased it, you could see it rise, and then it's like somebody come in and say, "Oh no, we got to shut her up," and then everything just have been flatlined.
But it's like it's like the president, right? He's running the company and doing those things, so he doesn't know what the guy 4 levels below him is doing when he's not. Oh yeah, just block it out, right? And
correct.
And that's the problem. Like I said, I've been a fan of you since you gave it to CNN when you and your sister were wearing the USA jackets. Because CNN thought it was a big joke that Trump was running, and they thought he was just doing it to lose and all that. And then I remember when I saw his face when Barack Obama was trying to basically abuse him at the press awards, and he's like, "Oh, he's gonna run for president, yeah," and he's just laughing his laugh. And what happened? He came out and ran, and he ran it, and we all loved him. And because I resonate a lot with you from that CNN, because I'm like, it's about time that daddy comes out with the belt and spank this country and put it back in check. That's the way I felt. Like we need somebody like us.
It's time for the grown-ups to start running it again.
Exactly. And see, even down to a lot of the left-wing media, they took my sister and I for a joke. They took us for a joke. They just thought we was caricatures, stepping and fetching for the white man is how they said it. Okay. And they did not take us serious. And my sister and I, we were very, very serious, especially when it comes down to the progress of this country and the benefits for American citizens. I was a lifelong Democrat before President Donald J. Trump. Okay. And being a lifelong Democrat, we were indoctrinated and taught that you only vote for the head of the ticket, and that's it. You don't ask no questions. And that's what we did. It was like a generational curse. We did it for years after years after years. And after being an entrepreneur, my sister and I being an entrepreneur, and she came to me and she said, I say Silk, but she called me another name, my original name. But anyway, she said, you'll do better under a Republican. She said, I believe our business, we would do better under a Republican. And we started looking at a lot of different things and started looking at how the Democrat Party, they didn't care about us. And after that, President at the time, Donald Trump, came down the escalators and so forth. And we went through all of that spiel, and we switched our party to Republican so that we could vote for President Trump in the primaries and the general election. It just is what it is. A lot of people took us for a joke and just thought that we was just playing around. But no. Now they realize, no, Diamond Silk wasn't playing around, and we've been President Trump's most loyal supporter. We've been here since day one. We see a lot of people jump on the Trump train, to ride off President Trump, but then guess what? They just fall off. But my sister and I, we've never fell off. We've always been loyal to President Donald J. Trump, and now that she's passed on, her spirit still lives, and I'm here to continue to carry the torch of educating the people, of educating anyone who will listen, and doing my research, seeing what's going on so that I can educate the public, let them know what's truly happening. And they realize, no, you don't want to F with Silk. She is no joke whatsoever. I don't have a problem calling a spade or crazy. They know that. I don't have a problem with it. So
I love it the same way. My wife says I have no filters. You're like, you won't even be polite. I'm like, no, I'm just gonna go. If somebody's full of crap, I'm gonna tell you you're full of crap.
Yeah.
That's it. There's no other reason.
I think you also gave a lot of people a voice. I mean, one of my best friends, his name's Kasim Osgood. He used to play for the Chargers football team, all pro. He's black. And he
hold on, Chris. He's black. He's black.
Yeah. And he's one of my best friends. And every day since Aaron has left, every morning, anywhere between 5:30 and 7 o'clock, he sends me a devotional. He texts me a devotional every day.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the type of people that you want in your corner all the time, no matter anything. Like and you, I think, gave that voice to so many people that it's okay to be a Republican.
That's
and
right.
Don't be judged by the Democrats for it, because you got to use common sense sometimes.
That's right. And another thing, they have taken in and hijacked a whole lot of words.
Oh, yeah.
The Democrat, to make us be in fear of seeing a lot of different things. Okay. First off, I want you all to understand that I'm not a Republican because of the Republican Party. To hell with them. I am a Republican so that I had to become a Republican so that I can vote for President Trump in the primaries, because you have open primaries, you have closed primaries. So once again, that's nothing but red tape to confuse the public. Yeah. So I tell everybody, switch your party to Republican so that you can vote for President Donald J. Trump. And so I'm a Trump Republican, a Trumplican, if that's what you want to call it. Okay.
Well, the thing is, even before Trump ran in 2016, I knew people on the left and the right that were just sick of the way the government was running. And they're like, businessman running this, because if I ran my business like this, I would have been bankrupt years ago. Like, what the hell is going on? And then Trump gets in, and then all the Democrats just double down on he's horrible. He's horrible. I mean, they can't prove anything. They just gaslight. That's their MO, is gaslighting. And
they have the media. They have the media right there with them, pushing the dog on fire, gaslighting, pouring more gasoline on the fire. Okay, is what they have. And that's another reason why I am no longer in the mainstream corporate media, because they're straight up liars. I don't care left wing, even right wing. I've been on both sides of the aisle, and I found that it's all about the almighty dollar and whatever narrative they want you to spill as an influencer, or they want you to spew that narrative. You spew it for the money or else. And my sister and I was like, no, we have too many morals and values. We refuse to tell the public a lie or half truth or sugarcoat the truth, because too much sugar can make you sick. We just gonna tell you the naked, nasty, low down, gutter written truth. And that's why I'm grateful for Lindell TV for allowing me to have a place there so that I could tell my truth and tell it how I see it, give my opinion about it without someone scolding me from the top. One of the big wigs said, oh no, you can't say that no more. Oh, you can't say that no more. And we've had that to happen to us, and we're like, hold up, this is not who we are. And I'm like, oh no, So I just been right here, and like even down to a lot of left wing media. If I get an invite to a left wing news media, I tell them I'm not going over there for what. They already know how I am. They already know what I represent, and see, they want to get you over there so that they can embarrass you in front of their people and to up their ratings. I said, no, I'm not giving them no ratings. If they want to know what I'm saying, they can come to Lindell TV.
Well,
God bless Mike, man. But they try to ruin him from day one as well, and Minnesota is going to be lucky to have him.
Oh yeah.
Well, what you just said, Silk, actually was one of my questions, because we should probably get into it, and it's probably triggering for you and it's going to be triggering for me, and I hate that word, but during COVID, I mean, you were very adamant, like, we need herd immunity. And
That's right.
they tried to silence you. They tried to do stuff like that. You even said, it was man-made, which we all know everything that you were saying back then. Oh, it's true, especially the herd immunity. I mean, my dad's a retired cardiologist, and he said he would go walk around the hospital during flu season to build up those immunity. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So for anyone to think different because of this pandemic is just BS. So when you guys stood up on your beliefs on that, like obviously you were targeted once again, and that was by the media, even by Fox.
Yeah. Well, let me say this. First off, a lot of people call it a pandemic. I call it a planned scamdemic. They scammed the people, is what they did. How did they scam the people? If you look at it, all of these Islamic terrorists, Muslims, illegal aliens, they did not mandate for them to get jabbed with any type of experimental drugs. You see what I'm saying? They mandated for Americans to get jabbed with this experimental drug called a COVID jab or whatever you want to call it. Or you couldn't work, you can get on an airplane, you couldn't do what you wanted to do. But these illegal aliens was able to go anywhere, fly anywhere, and they didn't have to get a jab. Okay. All right. So it was a planned scamdemic. All right. All right. First thing. Now, when it comes down to Fox News and the media, I believe, oh God, I can't even remember the people name, but anyway, they basically destroyed our relationship with Fox. Now, my sister and I, we was never hired by Fox, so we could never be fired by Fox. But that's the lie that they put out there. We actually licensed our 5-minute videos to the Fox Nation. Yeah. That's what we did. Okay. All right. But if you read the media, they're not going to tell you that. They're going to make it look like we was fired by Fox.
It sounds never juicy.
Yes. My sister and I never talked about COVID on Fox. We never talked about COVID. We had our own table talk show. Yeah. Okay. Where we sat there and we gave our opinion and our spiel about the whole entire thing. Okay. Because a lot of stuff did not make sense. All right. You can't tell me that Black people are disproportionately affected by this particular virus. And then as a Black woman, tell me I can't talk about it. I can't ask no question about it. If I'm disproportionately affected by this thing, I want to know what the hell I'm disproportionately affected by. What is it? What do I need to do about it? But it was nothing but a scamdemic. That's all it is. And they utilized that because they did not want President Trump to win that 2020 election. They wanted President Trump to look bad because if you remember, before this COVID scam came along, we had nowhere to go but up. President Trump had the unemployment we was hot. He had the unemployment at an all-time low. I mean, people had jobs upon jobs. The economy was good. People loved President Trump. And then they took and they brought this right here, including China, was in on it too, in my own humble opinion, brought this here into place. Now, it affected my sister and I for the simple fact that we love doing what we did, okay? But they lied on us. They lied on us. And they didn't want to give us the opportunity to tell our side of the story of the truth about it. Twitter at the time, they took and shut down our page because my sister talked about something about the immunity, but she said nothing about COVID. She just said in general, they wanted us to follow the science, but the scientist wasn't nothing but a scam artist. Okay. We can go all over HIV.
Dr. Ron on last week. I mean,
Dr. Flip Flop Fauci.
The proof is there. The CEO of Twitter said he was told to suppress anybody who was conservative. Yeah. And in turn, he should be in jail, but he's still walking the street free.
Exactly. And the government was involved as well with telling them to do that. And with the government being involved with that, they should get RICO charges because they were all there together, silencing and censoring a lot of the cures for this particular so-called virus. Okay. They didn't want people to know what was out there. So they kept us censored. They kept me and my sister censored. But then, along came more things, because when one door closes, a big old window just opened right on up for us. And that's fine. But what I just truly dislike is the mis and disinformation that our own government put out there for people to think and believe. And a lot of people got the jab and they're dead today.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, so many
heart diseases after that.
or deterioration. Just you see, they get a shot and whatever's it, all of a sudden they quickly deteriorate or
they deteriorate and they die. And then another thing that came out. Now I believe that this is something that happened to my sister. Not only with the diabetes insulin, the insulin jabs, because we found out that the quantum dots and the spikes is also in the insulin jab as well. And she was taking the insulin jab. It was also in a flu shot. Her doctor had given her the flu shot earlier, but my sister never took the COVID shot. She never took the COVID shot, but her body basically emulated all of the different side effects. My sister had those side effects, including the blood clots that would not go away. See, they wanted to tell you all that my sister died because of a heart disease. My sister was not being treated for heart disease. She was being treated for blood clots, the blood clots that wouldn't go away. And that was like for 10 months. Now, there was one time in her lifetime, she had blood clots. She had a problem with blood clots, but she was able to take Eliquis and the blood clots went away. But for some reason, within the last 10 months of her life, those blood clots wouldn't go away. They just got bigger and bigger and bigger. Okay. So she had the side effects, and a lot of this stuff, it shedded on people. So even though you didn't get the shot, individuals that did get the shot didn't even realize they were shedding on people that didn't get the shot. And the people that was being shedded on was also getting sick, having those side effects and perishing away. But they did not want people to know about that. And after my sister passed away, I continued to talk about it, especially as I began to understand what happened, learning about the blood clots and all of that stuff. Well, I was able to go back and see her paperwork, her doctor's report and so forth, and match all of that stuff up. So a lot of this stuff is poison. A lot of these vaccines ain't nothing but poison. A lot of these vaccines that they give babies when newborn babies are born, and they jab them up with all of these chemicals for them to have some type of reaction. All they're looking at is those babies as cash cows, in my own humble opinion.
Right. No, I agree. I mean, thank God for Robert Kennedy Jr. because, I mean,
yeah,
I really like him, and that the stuff that he talks about with, I mean, just the food you eat, your everything like that. I mean, it plays a bigger role than being on a medication.
Most definitely. The leaves of the trees is for the healing of the nation. Revelation 22:2. That's in the Bible. And the deal is they wanted to hide the cure. They want to hide the herbs. Okay, we have Robert Kennedy now, dealing with the vaccines, want to cut the vaccines and different things. But now you got the Democrats or this rogue judge want to say, oh, no, you don't have to cut the vaccines. They want you to continue to put this poison in your body because at the end of the day, they need you to be their cash cow. That's just the bottom line.
Even ivermectin, how they hid it. They hid it.
Exactly. And they didn't want to talk about it.
It's for horses. It's you can't take it, and if you took it in 2 hours, you're right. Or look what they did to Dr. Ron. He had the centers. He was, because the vaccine was going to make them billions and billions and trillions of dollars.
Yeah,
worldwide.
If something
they want to put Dr. Ron away for 50 years.
It's all about money.
That's all it plays.
It's all about the money dollar. Even down to a lot of these doctors, a lot of those doctors got bonuses to jab people up. And then when they labeled you as a COVID patient, they got money on top of that. So they was being given incentives to label people or say that they died from COVID to make up this hysterical. They wanted everybody to be hysterical about going to get jabbed, and didn't even realize you was being given the poison that they wanted you to have.
So 2 doors down from me in Staten Island, one of the heads of the hospital lived in my house over there.
Mm-hmm.
And we found out that everybody who died at the hospital during the COVID time, the hospital would get $63,000 from the government.
Yes.
If they died naturally or whatever else, and they didn't put anything COVID related, they'd get 35.
Yeah.
That's a double, right?
Yeah.
So then it's a business. This guy died from old age. No, we're going to put some COVID on there too, right? So that's where it all stems from, right? But then they're also telling you, right? I remember this because my daughter were playing at a house, and everybody gets that little injury where you split the chin and she had to get like 3 stitches. Yeah, I have it too. I think I have it on both sides. But we ran to take her to the hospital, and we're driving, and I'm like, honey, we gotta get doctor. He's a neighbor. We got to ask him to go to the hospital because all the hospitals are full and they're going to take her from us and we're not going to see her because they're going to say she's got COVID and this and that. We got him. The hospital was empty. They're telling you on all the publications the hospital's full. We're in the hospital. We're literally we were in and out of the hospital in 25 minutes with her stitches and everything, emergency room, everything. But you're going to tell me that it's the emergency rooms are packed.
Yeah. 21 days to 21 days to slow the spread. Then it went to a month, then 2 months. And I'm like, here's the deal. You're running away from something you can't even see and trying to hide from something that's invisible. I mean, it just really, truly did not make any sense to my sister and I at the beginning.
But it doesn't travel when you sit down at a restaurant to eat. It only travels when you stand up in the restaurant.
Right. Exactly. Then they wanted you to cover your face. Didn't realize that's doing nothing but smothering you. And that's one thing I refused to do, was to wear anybody's mask on my face. I refused to do that. I told them that if God intended for me to wear a mask, he would not have created me nostrils so that I can breathe. Okay. I just basically told them we had to do a lot of traveling, in some instances. And they wanted, when you walked in the door, you had to put on a mask. I told them, damn that, I'm not putting on no mask. The only mask I'm going to wear is the one that God gave me, is this beautiful face of mine. So a lot of my handlers and securities, they had to take care of all of that business and stuff at the counter. And they just take me on up to my room because I'm like, I'm not wearing none of that. Okay. You people be walking around.
The winter of death. The winter of death. Remember that?
The winter of, all of it.
The winter of death. We survived that.
Yeah, it was nothing but a scam. And so it's hard to get people on the scam now. And they try to bring it back. But let me tell you something, honey. If you take and you do what you're supposed to do to keep your immunity built up, you can ward a lot of that different stuff off. Don't fall into the trap. I choose not to fall into the trap, and I choose not to go along with their narrative. I refuse to do all of that stuff. And, it's more of us than it is of them. And what we have to do is make sure that we all stand strong together and say, hell to the no about it. That basically is what we have to do. If not, then these people will feel like they can control us.
Yeah, agreed, 100%.
Yeah.
So a lot of people know obviously about you and your sister.
Mm-hmm.
Who is Silk though? Personal life, husband, kids. Let's just get to know you, because I know we only have a few more minutes because you got to do your show now. And I feel like we're the JV and then you're the varsity. We'll keep sending you more people to have on your show, and you've been awesome letting us bring more people that families have just been affected. Like you're godsend when it comes to that.
I wanted to thank you for that, because I know there's a lot of people that when they reach that point, they forget the little guys.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of little guys like us that are going through hell. And you're like, to me, you're my saving grace. Like having you has led me to more, and that's why, like, I pray to God that, like, Peter Tickton got put in my life, then you got put in my life, and then just every day, that I'm very like deep down, so I'm grateful. Like every day, God bless Silk, me and my wife. God bless her.
Well, yeah, Mike and I talk a lot, maybe sometimes too much every day, and I mean, we just feel like you've given that voice, obviously to us, and then the other people that have been on the show. You're like our unofficial Kim Kardashian to how Alice Marie was. Like you gave us that opportunity, and that does not come without grace on our end. Like we are very appreciative and humble for that, because you could have never done that. You could have just Tammy could have ignored the email, like but that's why we want to know, like, who is Silk, who family woman, obviously entrepreneur, mother, like all that. Like I think that's a good way to end on this, because we only have, I think you said we got like 5 minutes.
Yeah. Well, first off, I am very happy individual. I'm happily married. Been married for over 20 years. I have my children. I'm a grandmother. Have a family. I'm a daughter. I'm a wife. I'm a sister. And this has been my life right here since 2015. I'm a licensed cosmetologist, but I thank God I'm no longer behind a chair, because I'm telling you, I was like up at 4 and in the shop by 6, and then back out the shop the next morning at 4. So I thank God for delivering.
You're really a part-time therapist while you're a cosmetologist.
Exactly. But I love this right here, being able to utilize my voice and my contacts. I'm grateful to know President Donald J. Trump personally, and to have contact with him personally. That's a blessing to have that opportunity to be able to do that, and to be able to call him friend. So at the end of the day, this is my life, helping the helpless, being a voice for the voiceless, and for individuals who sit back and wish that they could do A, B, C, or D. See how I can help facilitate that, and help them get to where they want to go in life. Now, I'm not a Kim Kardashian. I'm a little bit thicker than her. I'm big family. Okay. But if I can utilize what God has blessed me with to bless someone else, that's what I'm here to do that. I'm here to do that. So meeting you gentlemen, and there's more people that's going to be coming on my show to talk about how they basically have been targeted, and how the weaponization of the government has basically killed their spirit, along with taking their business and stealing their wealth and so forth, to get those stories out there so the right people can hear it. This is the time for that to happen right now. And I want to make sure that it's all out there for people to be helped, and to know that there is a God that sits high and look low. As long as you trust and believe that it will happen, it will happen. So that's who I am. I'm a faithful individual. I'm a cursing Christian. I love to cuss. Cussing makes me feel good. Okay. All right.
I'm the same way. My wife cusses like a sailor. That's what I love about her, because she's not a girly girl. She's beautiful, but she
I love the cuss. And people be like, Silk, you're supposed to be a Christian. Yeah, I'm a Christian, but I'm a cursing Christian. I like to cuss. I don't have a problem with doing it, calling you right on out, and saying what I need to say.
Well, they say geniuses curse a lot.
Okay.
All right. Geniuses are the ones that always, they're cussing a lot. They're geniuses.
When I think about a lot of our Christians today, a lot of them is so corrupt. They
Well,
talk about
they're
the
Sunday
Lord,
morning Christians. That's
yeah, but they turn around and stab their fellow man right in the back and think nothing of it.
Oh, yeah.
But that's who I am, an individual who actually absolutely love being loved and love loving on individuals and helping people if I can. And I love being blessed and being favored by God. That's who I am.
Beautiful. All right, I know you got to go. I'll email you. I might just do a group email and put Dean Kane on there and try and introduce you, but I'll make a couple of calls in the next day or two I think Angel Studios would be fantastic for Pardon Me.
Well,
I think they would have an interest.
And let them know that you recommend the movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you for coming on. We do a little exit thing, and we did a special one today for the kind of the end credit.
Okay.
We hope you'll approve it, and then after that, it's going to just shut off. But
can I just tell everybody to please go to diamondandsilkstore.com, diamondandsilkstore.com, get the Diamond Silk bobblehead memorabilia.
Sure.
All right, get the bobblehead memorabilia. I'm giving it to you for $10. Okay. This is in memory of my sister Diamond, and it also allows you to be part of history, the history of Diamond and Silk. That's diamondandsilkstore.com, and don't forget to go and watch the movie at watchpardonme.com. I love you guys. Thank you.
Well, and then Lindell TV every 7 Pacific.
Mondays through Fridays, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central. That's Lindell TV Network, lindelltv.com.
I suggest everybody watching. Your shows are amazing. So thank you. And we'll talk later.
Thank you, sir. God bless you.
Trump's your president. He's your president. He's your